Hey YouTube, how's it going? It's me, R Squad 911. I am back with another statue unboxing, assembly, and mini review. Today what we have is the new Kotobukiya Maximum Carnage statue. This one's limited to 1,200 units, and this one is number 722. I'm a huge fan of Carnage. I don't have any Carnage pieces in my collection. So when Kotobukiya released this, I was like, this was a pre-order day one. I'm still searching for an XM Studios Carnage because I personally think that that's probably the best one out there because I've seen them all. I'm talking about licensed versions. I know there's some customs that are pretty crazy out there. But who knows? Maybe when we unbox this, this might be just as good and I don't have to look for an XM Studios Carnage anymore. So yeah, it came in a brown shipper, and when I unboxed it out of the brown shipper, it has this beautiful art box. So you can see here, it's Maximum Carnage, fine art statue, Kotobukiya. Has his face here looking over the city. Side of the box here has him in his dynamic pose jumping off of the building. From my understanding, it's also it's a standalone unit, but it can also be paired with the Venom that they had released a few months or a year ago. And there's like little pieces of the base that you can interconnect them. But I have already the Sideshow life-size Venom bust, so I'm trying not to have doubles in my collection, except when I got the two Star-Lords, which I've moved upstairs. This is the back of the box. It says "Paint the Town Red," which is very fitting for Carnage. And there's another shot of his pose of the statue. Right, so, I wanted to show you guys, I collected this when I was a kid. It's a newsstand version. I remember buying it with my parents at the grocery store. I bought two. I guess when I was a kid, I wanted to keep one really nice and one that I could read. I don't know why I did that, but I just did when I was a kid. So I'm glad I had it graded at CGC and it came back as a 9.6, which isn't bad considering I carried it back in a grocery bag all the way home. Yeah. And very excited for the new Venom 2 movie coming out. It's going to have Cretus Cassidy, which is Carnage, played by Woody Harrelson. Really excited about that. I guess technically Carnage is the son of Venom, but really he's just part of Venom's symbiote that had split off and, ended up connecting with this psycho killer, serial killer, Cretus Cassidy, which created this crazy character, Carnage, which took pretty much Venom and Spider-Man to take care of in the comics, which was kind of crazy because Venom and Spider-Man actually had to team up, who were pretty much mortal enemies, to defeat one common enemy. So the enemy of my enemy is my friend, sort of thing. Right. Okay, enough talk. I'm going to start unboxing this guy. If I have my X-Acto knife here. All right. So from the start, I guess there is no art print or anything, just the instructions. If you guys saw my other video, I put together the Kotobukiya Tuscan Raider, and it's a resin statue, and that was not fun. No. I did an unboxing with Jeffy Collectibles. I'll put a link to it, and I think the total time that he took to put it together was like an hour and a half. So I said no more Kotobukiyas, but I had already had this on pre-order, and I knew that this one was kind of like a resin polystone mix, and it has magnets. So let's find out. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to probably cut the video here. I'm going to unbox this, put it on the floor, and then I'll show you guys what's inside the box. All right, so I'll be right back. Okay guys, we are back. Basically unboxed this thing. It was 3 tiers if you include the top. The cover was on here, and then this piece was on top of there. So starting with the first box here, you can see that it has the tendrils. Let's see here. Has some pretty good weight to it. Made out of resin. I guess it would have to be a little light because I don't know. You just don't want the weight to be onto that, but it's fairly solid. There's another one of the tendrils. That's weird. It has this kind of rubber cap on here. I don't know if you guys can see that. That part looks unfinished. Almost looks like a brake, but it's not. I don't know if this you're supposed to use this to peg them into the body, or these are just to protect that. Because they have quite some grip to it. But I'll put that back on and we'll see when we get to it. All right. This has 2 display options. You can either display them with these tendrils kind of like pointing forward, like in full attack mode, or you can put these smaller tendrils on the back. It just kind of looks like the symbiote. It's just alive, like kind of very fluid on him. I'm not sure how I'll display them. I probably will display them with just these smaller tendrils, so it makes it less busy. But who knows? We'll see. We'll do both versions and find out which way I'm going to configure it. And oh, maybe. I'm not sure if these are color coded. Those are red. I don't know where these go now. No, I lied, I do. This one that one's red too, so maybe they're not color coded. Red as well. Red as well. These are packed quite nicely. I'm surprised nothing has, well, that's famous last words. I haven't finished unboxing it, so we'll see if any breaks, but this is one of his arms. Those are quite sharp too. Yeah, I kind of see a magnet embedded in there. I don't know if you guys can see that in camera, but a bit of styrofoam. But the detail is actually quite nice. You can really see the muscle fibers or the symbiote fibers, and the black symbiote goo is nicely glossed. The hand detail is actually really nice as well. All right, so far so good. Very excited. Okay, moving on to, I guess, the next piece here. This is the other arm. Very similar to the other arm that I just showed you. Very nice detail. No breaks. Very surprised. All right, put that back over there. All right, moving on to the base. I think that this is part of the base that you're supposed to kind of put the Venom to kind of stick them together as a diorama. And I think you take Venom's base and he kind of plops into here. I'm not too sure. I don't own that Venom piece. Maybe if I like this a lot, I'm going to get the Venom piece, but my general rule is no doubles of the same character. So we'll see if I eat my words later. All right. How did this go in here? This is why I own lots of Lego and don't put them together. All right. Cool. And then this is the main piece of the base. That is actually quite heavy. Not really much detail in this. I mean, the sculpt work is nice, but the paint detail isn't much. It's very, very gray. Maybe light touches of light gray or silver as for some weathering. It'd be nice to kind of like make these trim pieces around the doors and windows and the arches a little different color. Even these pedestals here, kind of like where gargoyles sit. Or gargoyles. Yep, as you can see here, number 722 of 1200, which is very, very nice. And last but actually, I forgot the heads over here, but yeah, I usually show the heads at the end anyways. This is the main body. This is Venom here. He's actually quite large. They say it's 1/6. I kind of peg him closer to 1/5 scale. We'll see. After I set him up, I'm going to grab my 1/5 scale J. Scott Campbell, or Scott J. Campbell. I'm drawing a blank. Spider-Man from Sideshow, and he's supposed to be a 1/5 scale. So we'll put them together and see size comparison. But you guys can see here, no breaks. This is where everything pegs in here. The tendrils. This is really cool. Very, very nice detail. Paint application is excellent. I have, so far so good, no complaints about it so far. Yeah, they did a very good job with this piece. I wish that the Tusken Raider was a 1/6 scale or this size. That would have been great. It would have been really nice to kind of display them with my Mythos, Sideshow Mythos lineup. But yeah, we're going to put this back down. Hopefully I don't break anything. Not sure what this piece is. Maybe this is the piece that helps join Venom over, or... No, actually, I think this probably pegs in over here to cover up the peg that is supposed to join that piece with Venom. Yeah, see? I don't need instructions. And yeah, the most important piece that I didn't show you guys is the head sculpt. This is actually pretty phenomenal. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. I'm actually very, very impressed with this. The eyes, the gloss, the red kind of like veins inside the eyes look really, really good. I like how they got his shape perfect, because Carnage is kind of a thinner character, not like the big, muscly, menacing Venom. What he makes up for Venom's largeness by his craziness, his psychoticness, and being able to make weapons out of his symbiote. You'd see axes and spikes and scythes and stuff like that, which Carnage is known for. So where he may lack in brute strength, he has weaponry. But he looks great. I love how they did the shape of him. It almost looks like a beak. Black teeth, which is all perfect. The black jowl here looks very good. And it's a magnet, no ball joints, thank goodness. But yeah, that's it. I'm gonna put him back down, and I'm gonna move the camera and do the assembly video. All right, be right back, guys. So that is Carnage right there. He actually looks quite phenomenal with these tendrils. I didn't think I wanted to display him like this, but he kind of looks crazy. I really like that. So you do have to peg those back pieces in with the rubber silicone that it came with. I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's where I chipped in right there. Gonna have to find that piece, or I have some red model paint that I'm gonna have to touch it up. But yeah, you have to be careful to put those in. They're kind of pressure fit in, and it does take quite a bit of force to put them in. So if you go in on the wrong angle like I did, or try to jiggle it, I think instead of jiggling, you just have to kind of like twist it like a corkscrew to get it in and out. Don't move left and right, side to side. You could put some force on some thin edges that could break off. Yeah, that's him right there. So we'll go a little lower. And that's kind of how he will be looking at you. So I feel like putting him in a higher position will be better to display this guy. All right, so now that we're done that, and that you guys have seen that up close, I am going to put on the other tendrils and see how that looks. Okay guys, I'm back. I took off all the weaponized tendrils and now I'm going to put on these little tendrils. They are not color coded, so I'm just going to assume that you just kind of place them wherever you think it looks good. So yeah, let's go. Let's do this. I don't know if I want that there. These two tendrils look like they're the same. These two look like they're the same as well. And actually these three are the same. Like that. All right, so I don't know where I'm going to put what. You can kind of like shape them whichever way you like. Hopefully this looks decent. These are much easier to insert than those. I guess those ones, the peg parts are thicker, so the rubber is actually expanded more. And I guess from the sheer weight of them being so long, they actually have to be a much tighter fit, so they don't droop, which I think it will over time as you display it. I think that's inevitable. Looks like they give you one extra tendril to kind of like display it however you like. Yeah, it's very cool. Yeah, I think I like it like this. All right. Right now, I'm liking this much better than I did with the weaponized. When I had the weaponized tendrils on, I thought it looked phenomenal. I think it still does look phenomenal, but with the smaller tendrils, he still has his weaponized hands with like the blades, the scythes, little. But he looks a lot cleaner like this and a much more displayable. So if you have, I guess, some space restrictions, this is definitely a lot better to display than with his tendrils all sticking out, because you'll add, I don't know, almost 8 inches more of space in the front and maybe 3 inches in the back as they like kind of loop around him. And plus it's so busy, you can't really see what's going on sometimes at certain angles. But right now at every angle here, you can definitely appreciate everything that is Carnage here. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to take the camera off the tripod as I usually do, and we'll do some close-ups again with these smaller tendrils. Let me know in the comments below, which one do you guys like better? Do you like it more dynamic, more crazy frenzy? which suits Carnage with the weaponized tendrils, or do you like it more clean with the smaller tendrils? All right, so we're gonna take this this camera off the tripod here and do some close-ups. So I'll go to the back here. You can see the tendrils. Kind of turn them however you like. I guess this tendril and that tendril are the same, so I might swap it out to make it look a little different. So here, we'll do some close-ups here. You can see the gap right there. That I was talking about. It's just not a tight fit. It's quite a wide fit. You can even see that here. I guess the shininess of the black symbiote on there kind of hides it. I guess to their credit, that's where they did the seams, so it helps hide it by quite a bit. And even when you peg in these tendrils, they use that black silicone rubber, which is the same kind of gloss finish and color as the black symbiote on Carnage over the red, so it hides it quite well. I mean, for $399 on Sideshow or from any other dealers, is it $399? $299, sorry, USD. This is quite a nice statue for that price. You guys will not be disappointed. Like I said earlier, the base could have used a little bit more color, but because it's so monochromatic or monotone, that single kind of color, gray upon gray upon gray, it really makes Carnage pop on there. And he actually looks really, really good. The pose looks very phenomenal. It looks great. Originally, when I was looking at pictures online with his arm up like this, I didn't think I was going to like it. But once he's put together and right there sitting on a table in front of you, you can really, really appreciate this pose. He looks great. If you guys are on the fence of ordering this, he is probably one of the best Carnages out there. I mean, I'm probably still going to look for the XM Carnage, but this one will satisfy me for now until I actually find one for a pretty decent price. Just moving up close here, you can kind of see the seam here on the head. Actually, no, you can see it very much so. I wish that was hidden a little better, but overall, from a distance, you cannot tell, and he looks great. Do some more close-ups here. You can see how fibrous he is. You can see the veins and the textures and the muscle definition on the statue. How shiny the black, oh, actually, there's a peg hole right here. I guess that's where that piece goes. So, I'm going to peg that in after because he kind of is a little front heavy. I don't want him to tip over. But yeah, that's it, guys. This is the Kotobukiya 1/6 scale. He's closer to 1/5 scale Carnage. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go grab my 1/5 scale Spider-Man. I'm going to put them beside him and then show you guys how they look together. So I will be right back. Thanks. All right, guys, I have now my Sideshow 1/5 scale Amazing Spider-Man set up beside the Kotobukiya Carnage I just unboxed. You guys can see they're very similar in size. Maybe the Carnage is just a touch smaller, but he can definitely pass for 1/5 scale. Definitely not 1/4, but he's right in between there, I think, closer to 1/5 and to 1/6. So you're getting a bigger statue than you expect. And he has a lot of height to him, especially with that arm extended above him. But hope that helps you guys with a size comparison. Their heads are pretty much the same size. Just, like I said, a touch smaller. But yeah, that's two of them together right there. All right, so I'm going to end off this video here. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Have a good one.